And here we are. Hello, everybody. Welcome and welcome to my friend JJ and her group, Tuta. We're happy to be back with you on this April 4th, 4 Gateway. And JJ's going through some home improvement and a lot of dust flying. And anyway, it's good to have you, JJ. Yeah.
It's so nice to because I haven't been doing some lives, any
Oh,
streams because of the construction because I never know like who's going to be
oh, yeah.
here or what. But there's a nice little break right now.
Good.
So I'm really happy to be
Oh,
here.
that's good. Yeah, I know that I miss it when I don't do it too. And
Mhm.
Jean, I was just on with Sun Psychic Jean, and she was away for a couple of days, and she said, "Oh, I had to get back. I had to get, back doing
Yeah,
what I want to do." So,
yeah.
yeah, I'm glad you're here. How long? Oh, so, are they going to? Is it going to be like an addition, or are they just doing new carpet, new floors, or?
Yeah, so we have there's like a big project
Uh-huh.
that was it's still in the dream phase, but I got a little antsy and so we're actually working on my new office. So
Oh,
it's just
oh, yeah.
moving some doors, making a wall where the other
Uh-huh.
doors used to be. It was a room that had like two openings, and so now there's
Okay.
only one opening, and it feels really nice. It feels really nice in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet it does. I bet it does. And the chi will, the good chi and the good juju will stay. They won't go out
Yeah.
the other door. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
um and the windows, we have older windows, and so just
Mhm.
in that room, it's silly, but it's what we can do right now. But
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
putting in new windows, a different color in those, and it'll have windows that open. Like right now, you can't
Oh.
open the windows in there.
Oh,
So
that's gonna be so
yeah,
nice.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. You're
yeah.
gonna get some good breezes in there. Wow.
Exactly. Yeah,
Oh,
and
that's awesome.
it's going to be very like earthy, foresty, very
Yeah.
JJ shamanic medicine.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Sounds fabulous. It really
Yeah.
does. It sounds cozy. Yeah. It's gonna be
Yes. Yep.
cozy for you. Yep.
And lots of dust right now.
Lots of dust. Yep.
Yeah.
I get it. So, Leah, welcome, honey. You've been away. You're honored to be here. Thank you for your most benevolent outcomes and for being with us today. We're
Mhm.
glad you're here. And Annie swooshing through with sparkles and oh, cupcakes. There you go.
That's
All right.
interesting, Annie. I love that you said sparkles. It's on my list. So, yeah,
Oh,
we get to talk
wow.
about
Okay.
sparkles. Yeah.
Okay. Richie's here and Kaylee. Kaylee says, JJ, I was telling Terry this morning, whoops, I just lost what I was looking at. Sorry. Um, I'm not with it. That I had a dream where I was trying to find both of you before I woke up. We were at a retreat, but you hadn't
Oh,
arrived. And I woke up
yay. Oh,
and
and then
then
you were
she,
sad. Mm.
because she woke up and she wanted to hug you and Terry.
Oh, I
Isn't
love
that
it.
sweet? Yeah. That's
Yeah.
so sweet, Kaylee. Wow, I love that. That's adorable. Thanks for sharing that. Oh wow. So let's see. So we have that. And then we have Brenda. I was on with Brenda yesterday and Terry
Oh, nice.
and Tea Garden Chicken and Richie, you thought it was a cool dream. Yeah, Sedona is going to be very magical when you get there. That's going to be awesome for you. And
Yeah.
Kieran, hello. If we get around to doing readings, I'll put you on the list, Kieran. Thank you. I think we got some things to talk about first. Amanda and Linda Bishop, Eliza, Lauren Hunsinger, Nancy. Update on Rose Blue. Dad goes home next Tuesday. My brother flies to Florida. I can't wait till oh, you can't until 416. Oh, well, Rose Blue, we send you lots more prayers that all of it works itself out for you. That's awesome. Willow's here, Sandy Miller. You're lurking while you're painting a birdhouse. Well, that sounds like a good
Mm.
spring job. Yeah. Hello, Rossi and Willow. It's good to see you. And yeah, it's great. I do pray. All right. Nice to see everybody. Thank you all for being here. So the reason that we're here today is 4-4. And I looked up a couple things, and then I want to talk about what's on, or JJ to talk about what's on her list. Number 4 is stability and structure. And if you look at a 4, you can see that it looks like it, not quite all the way, but it's like a chair. Okay, so you want to make sure you're on stable legs, and keep faith and trust in attaining the structure that you need in your life. And then there was something else that showed up this morning that said, be comfortable being uncomfortable. And I think a lot of us are feeling uncomfortable, and for various reasons, not just cultural, some physical, some planetary, astrological, that kind of thing. So I'm going to just put that out there and see what else will come to us. Thank you. Hi, Maria Rossi and Judy. Paul, you're going to see Elton John and Belinda Carlisle. Wow. I thought he was all done, Paul. I thought he did his last show. I'm surprised. All right. All right. You were writing that different. We're all uncomfortable right now. You're right. Yeah.
Tuta, I just got the, okay, so you know how everything is sprouting outside, budding is the word.
Yep.
It's like how uncomfortable it is on a tree limb to like, you just really want to like stretch yourself out. And that's what they showed me. It's like the budding. We just really want to stretch, but it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. The only thing we can do is take some of those branches down below and get a hammock. Sit on that one.
Do some pruning. Do a little bit of pruning, the dead stuff off. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want your energy. Yeah. You don't want your energy to go to something you don't want to grow. You want it to go to, what you want to bud.
Right. Wow. What about the sparkles, JJ?
Oh, the sparkles. Yes. So there's something special. It's called swan medicine, and I don't quite understand it, but it's something that's always kind of been like floating by me, floats in sometimes. And when I was writing 4-4, it just reminded me of, the swans coming together. And so as far as like the swan medicine goes, so they wanted me to bring up something that I caught the last part of a live stream, Sonia. I hadn't seen Sonia in a really long time, and she was pulling cards. And one of the cards that she pulled was be true to yourself. It's about your true self. Because I know for me, a lot of times, like if you're a people pleaser or whatever, maybe you don't, it's just like there's something that wants to bud, like your true self, and it could be changing. What your true self is could be adjusting and aligning, and almost like how the earth kind of moves, and tectonic plates and whatnot. It's so being true to yourself, and what sort of like what do you align yourself with? Love is always a good one. But and then they said, dust yourself off with the friendly wind. So going outside, or just going outside on a gentle windy day, and or if it's not windy, the sun can do it, or the moon can do it, the stars, just connecting with something out in nature that that's friendly. And so the sparkles come in because it said some of the dust particles are sparkles, but they're facing the wrong way. So if we're out there in that friendly wind, just seeing them, like if one side is dust and the other side is sparkles, you just have to flip them around,
Yeah.
which I thought was really interesting, because dust has so many meanings of, like old, ancient, or, maybe something that you're not tapping into currently, or
Interesting, because then the song came in, "All We Are Is Dust in the Wind."
Yeah.
By
Yeah,
Ken.
Tuta really loves talking about the dust, and like like they bring up a lot of times, like stomping, like dancing on the earth and getting the dust to come up, like getting things to rise
Stirring
by
things up. Yeah.
stirring things up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And sometimes even with like cleaning, sometimes that true countertop that you're
Yeah.
dusting, you have to take a couple layers off,
Yes, you
especially
do.
if you're at my house.
I was thinking of the kitties that are always around the top part of my ceiling in the bathroom, where I have to get the thing out.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. You're right. But it's also like looking at something from two sides of the equation.
Yeah.
One man's dust is another man's sparkle, or woman's dust is another woman's sparkle. But and it depending on which way it moves, and you can
That's true. Yeah.
You can catch dust. I remember the funniest thing was we were looking at some slides. My ex-husband had some slides, and he had a slide projector. And if you look, there is dust that is, it shows up coming out of the light.
Yeah.
And my dogs would try to bite it because they
Like
thought it was
bubbles.
real. Yeah, they thought it was real because they could see it, but it wasn't what they thought it was. I don't, so that's wonderful. Wow, Mary, I love that. Sparkles always make me think of great magic taking the stage. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah. Oh, Maria likes your hair, your color of your hair. That's nice. Hi, Diana.
Thank you.
Leah says, my red dirt people kick up the dirt. Oh, yeah. That's one of the hardest. I remember living down in West Florida and in the Georgia area where all that red dirt is. And I remember how difficult it was to get that up. So, yeah. Laser light shows that too. I bet it does. Yeah, I bet it does. Hi, Linda Kennedy. Hi, everybody that's here. Thank you for being here with JJ and I. Let me bring up, let's see. I want to bring up a couple things. First of all, a number 4 is also an angel number. And in numerology, it's associated with, as I said, structure and stability. And so we should be focusing on building a strong foundation. The number 4 is also seen as an angel number, with 44 indicating heavenly support for your aspirations. And remember, there's 444, which is even better if you see those. So if you see a 44, it's a confirmation you're on the right path. The number 447 urges you to match your job with your spiritual reality. And I like that. This is something that I've never heard of before, and it showed up this morning when I was looking it up. And so I thought, well, this is interesting. 4 energies. The concepts of being blissed, blessed, pissed, and dissed. So if you're blissed, it comes from what you're passionate about, but you can't stop doing it. That's me eating macaroni and cheese right now. Blessed means you've been gifted something that you feel compelled to share. Pissed, you're angry or frustrated. And dissed means you're dissatisfied or disrespectful. But you notice how they balanced it off. 2 good things, 2 not so good things. And because not everything is always wonderful all the time or bad all the time. Yeah. Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool.
Okay. So they want to do a little, just a little exercise of, because we were talking about beams of light.
Yep.
beams of light, and really focusing on, well, not even focusing, it's just playing. This isn't going to be like a thing
It's
that's
not a
important.
job, everybody.
It's
No, it's
not a
not a
job.
job. It's fun. Yeah.
But just really finding how you can be, whenever you're listening to this, or whenever maybe right now you're driving and you can't do it, but revisit this idea. It's really simple. Just try to get comfortable where you are. And you can just even ask your body, like, what can I do right now to be a little bit more comfortable, and see if your body helps you with any of those adjustments. And just take a couple of breaths in and release. Breathe in and release. And one more time. Just really find yourself dropping fully into your body, letting your day go. Thinking of yourself, as a garden, the garden that's been like prepped, and the leaves have been raked up. The moist soil that was getting the nutrients from the wet leaves has that beautiful fragrance to it. It's got that magical feel. And just imagine, be playful with that. You're this beautiful garden. From above your head, a little bit past your toes, and a little bit past your shoulders and your hips. Just the most beautiful, nutrient dense soil. And imagine, you could be a moon person or a sun person, but seeing whichever one of those is your thing, see it rising just for you. Yep. You can call in other planets. You can call in you can have the sun and the moon for whoever's asking those questions. Because there are multiple sides of us. And just giving permission, and just saying, I give permission. I give permission for the things that I like, my true self, those things to grow. Tiano tama konatono nyatia. I give permission for my things to grow. Pa titia no na kama mashneawa natia wa shewa ya, to spring forward. Tianuma na tanoya. What a great noise, the spring. Titono noshti tanoya. Boing. Tatono noshni tatono kianenya nyanya kona titia noshta. Or the other spring, the waterfall. Konatiawa, konetiawa. Just seeing yourself as this beautiful. They're just so happy. They're like, look how beautiful you are. It's just your garden. If somebody gets too close, just push them away. Like, this is my garden. You can't come over here. This is my garden. Sorry. Maybe I'll have a garden party, but this is my garden. You can't come over here. You can even put up some rock walls, or put like Stonehenge around you. Your garden, just you. You're in a moment of growth. So much going underneath the surface. So much going underneath the surface. And they want to acknowledge that they know all of the things going beneath the surface of you. And it's like it's kind of like a leaf. You might like see a leaf on a tree, or a leaf that's on the ground, and you're like, oh, that's a leaf. There's not much to it. But then when you look closer and closer and closer, and go, just think about what the leaf is actually doing on the tree, or the seasons of the leaf that has fallen down. There's so much going on, more than you can even comprehend with yourself, they say. So many things. And all the time. Even in our dreams. It's busy, 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 busy. Be with your soil right now and feel the light that you're calling in to help. Maybe a little wind to dry the soil up to get it ready. Maybe call in the hummingbird. Or the bee. Butterfly. Just your garden. And the things that you get to grow, not the things people want you to grow. They say, oh, but apples are in season. You're like, I don't want to grow apples right now. No, it's not the season for peaches. You get to grow what you want without the outer influences of everything. It's like the garden is like your bubble, almost kind of like this silencer from everything going on. It's almost like you look one way and it's like death and destruction and storms and this and that, and you're just in your garden. It's so important to have a place where you can go. We're witnessing a lot of things right now that are affecting us and loved ones, or strangers, because we're caring. Some things just seem completely insane. But coming here to your this beautiful garden of you, just remembering growing in love and a quiet place to be when things get too much out there.
Yeah. Wonderful. So some of the things that I ended up putting in my garden were kindness and compassion. So it doesn't have to be just vegetables or fruit or plants. It can be ideas. It can be feelings. As I was standing in my garden, I felt like I was about 6 years old again, watching Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color, because Tinkerbell came over and went boop on my head. And everything just, again, sparkle and color. And then it sort of took me directly over to Versailles, which has the most beautiful gardens of anywhere. So how wonderful. That was wonderful. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
And I get that feeling of allowing yourself the happiness. If you have something that that you're celebrating just with yourself, or celebrating or being happy, it's okay. It's okay to be happy when other people are not, because I can't imagine you being like, why is that person happy? Like, it's like, it's okay to be happy when other people are not. Like, celebrate your successes. Yeah.
Celebrate the magic of your life. Wow. That's beautiful. I don't know why. What else showed up for me was it's the stand that's in a garden, and then on the top there's like a color ball, and I don't know what it's for, but you can look in it. You can there's some that are just plain, and some are red, and some are blue, and whatever. And it was almost to me saying, this is your crystal ball and you can make whatever you want out of it. That's wonderful. Yeah.
Nice.
It is nice. Very nice. And with spring being sprung, so to speak, I don't know, it's hard to cut through some of the things that all of us are going through. But at the same time, Mother Nature is painting the landscape. And the dogwood trees are out here, and so are the forsythia, and you can see the buds on the trees. And I love the idea of the leaf that you bring in, because if you look at a leaf, you'll see the veins of the leaf like a hand. Yeah. Yeah. So just really liberating to be able to travel somewhere else and not have to worry about making things happen. You are allowing things to happen. So,
Yeah.
All right. Oh, Amanda, that's nice. You pulled some leaves off an empty pot today, and the moist soul below spared I the sun. And isn't it wonderful that planets in the sky sparkle like stars in the night sky? Yes, they do. They do.
It's really interesting. It sounded like you said soul, like the moist soil, but to me it sounded like I like the soul. The soul. I like
mispronounced, but it was kind of cool. Yeah. The soul of the soil. Yeah.
Yeah. Say that fast 5 times.
No, thank you. Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. Yeah. So she softens for our feet the energy from Mother. Ooh, I love that, Leah.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you.
Beautiful.
Yeah. There's nothing like the dark, wet soil that you can get. I guess it isn't mulch. It's potting soil, I guess, right? I mean, it's almost like baking a cake and putting in the right ingredients of eggs and oil in order to make the batter. But that's awesome. That's great. So, woo. Well, folks, if you would like to have some readings done today, there's no reason why we can't do that. I'm not sure. Let's see. Dupre, I had you trying to see if there was one before you. Karan, all right. All right. Very good. Is there anybody else that had one? I just want to make sure. Sandy Miller said she saw a big fiberglass swan today in somebody's yard.
Hey.
That's interesting. Yeah, very interesting and synchronistic in many ways. Yeah. All right. Let's see.
Somebody was talking about throwing apples, and it made me think.
It was Paul.
It made me think of we used to have crab apple fights. There's this crab apple. You can't eat that many of them, and we would take them and put them on a stick, and we would fling the crab apples at each other.
Especially when they were mushy, because we never wanted to hurt anybody, but you know, what a mess.
Well, I don't know. We were slightly violent.
All right. So I got a few more people. I think that's probably all we'll have time for today. So no more after now. I'm Leah. I'm down to Leah here. And we can ask this question though, because it could be that was Tuta's advice on the energy, but let's see what Tuta says.
Yeah.
Oh, Hypnicity, I'm sorry. She had extended family move in with kids. That's hard. That's very hard. Yeah.
Yeah. Are we reading on Kaylee's right now?
If that's okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
They are talking about like when you're in your garden, and I kind of see the color pink, like almost a pale pink of not necessarily protection, but almost like a buffer of some sort. The energy is wackadoodle. I mean, I've been feeling it.
Yeah.
My family's been feeling it, and collectively, most
Yeah.
likely, we're feeling it. And if you find that something that works for you, like the garden or whatever it is for you, it's but don't do it in a distracted way. They're like JJ, that doesn't mean you get to play, your video games on your phone because
Right.
um,
Yeah.
they're like, it's not quite that. It's
Mhm.
just finding that place to really have a moment or a minute of quiet
Mhm.
um,
Yeah.
is is really what they're talking about, Kaylee. So it's not. They're like, they don't really want to talk about. Um, it's like it would take forever to talk about the energy right now, like what
Yeah.
Alice was saying about planetary and solar and
Yeah.
la la la, A B C D E
Right.
F G. Yeah. So it's like having, what they do know is having a moment of stillness,
Mhm.
is just lovely. It's like having $100 in your pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. What I get is we're all being we are all being called to make choices. And this almost is she's in her garden. It's interesting because she's got the water right in front of her. She's like water scrying, but look at this, flowers all around. But we're being asked to make choices, this or that, up or down, in or out, because we live in a world of duality. And the truth is that we don't have to be living in the world of duality. We can make choices, and we can say that we want to unify and move forward in those choices. Some of the choices are not they're not easy to make, but we do have the free will to make them, and so we have to be grateful that we do have that free will. And they're saying, please buck up because it's all a growth experience. And there's your beautiful butterfly. And you know where they start out. They start out crawling on the earth as caterpillars, but
Mm-hmm.
they become a beautiful, beautiful butterfly after they get through their transformation. So try and see if you can. Yeah, it is accurate. I even felt that way when I pulled the cards out. It was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to make it sound like it was saying, all right, shut up and put up, because that isn't really what it said. It was very gentle the way that it gave the message. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. Fabulous. All right. So let's see. We have Karan uh, Agawal would like a reading if possible. Mm.
Okay. So they want to do a scan. Karan, tuta mama numa kopa mato numa. So starting tutama shtita, just right by the top part of your head here off to the side. Tutama nuna 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 nuna.
Mm.
Ka ma ishna. Yana. Ka ma yewa ma ish tita nui tuwa shiwa. It's like they're going right around, tuta, right above your ears, almost at the temples. Titu no 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 shtita no na 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 kia pa eta no no na shtita no no ma ko ya papa no papa yana ta ko na. And then they reach the tuta no shtita, the back part of your head, and they're bringing in that swallowtail kind of feeling. Kuna kuna titi tana pama ushna ushna ushna, almost like balancing out the energy. So everybody could even do some tapping like around their forehead and making your way over the temples, over your ears, and then going down a little bit into like a swallow type tail. Kuna 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 kuna. No, no.
Mm.
And when you make those indents, energetic indents, call in some, whether it's whatever temperature you want, if it's cool, if it's warm, if it's magical, just bringing in as if you've just made these channels for some water to come in.
Mhm.
Or melted gold, whatever feels good. Kunata, kunata. And so it comes like "Kuya no pato ta mashte." It's like your birthright, your crown. Tutu mama mapa koma eshna. And then
Mm.
it goes right down your back because of the swallowtail.
Wow.
Titoma tiana kashna iwa. They like the idea of the golden flow. And then Karen, there was lots of like little quick visions of like a crescent moon and just like lots of
Mm.
fast visions.
Wow. How beautiful. How
Yeah.
beautiful. Um, the first card I get for you is adaptation. And this is what we're all dealing with. We're trying to adapt to new energies, new times, new ideas, new birthing of information and
Mhm.
spiritual reality. And
Mhm.
then it says here, make sure that you're holding on to the lantern, but you're not holding it up so you can't see what's in front of you. And to have the clarity you need that lantern right here, not down below, in order to move forward. And then it says, continue to dream of that which you want and that which you would like to manifest. And that will put you in good stead for what it is that you would like to have.
Yeah.
So,
Garden. What do you want
yeah.
to grow in your garden?
Yeah. What do you want to grow in your garden? That's
Yeah.
beautiful. I want to just put this up because J Cat Lady needs a few love for her kitty cat, Mitzi, who's on her way to the Rainbow Bridge. We certainly do send love and peace and healing energy to you, and that her passing will be peaceful. Absolutely. I'm sorry that you're going through this. This is a hard time for pet parents when their babies are getting ready to leave, but they never really leave completely. Please know your kitty cat's always with you.
Yeah,
I,
I see the rocking of the cat. It seems like the cat is almost. I always go towards the nature, but it's like the tree. It's almost like
Mhm.
it's being supported and held by the tree in a loving way.
Yeah. She says that she left the vet. They give the cat 1 to 3 days.
Oh,
Um, and sometimes it's not good, and sometimes it really is good because um, it allows you to bond again with the kitty cat before they leave. It isn't like
yeah,
you wake up and they're gone, that
yeah.
kind of thing. So, yeah, it is. But I'm not saying that your pain isn't going to be any easier because I don't think it will be. But yeah, take the time and enjoy the time with Mitzi as much as you can. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, all right, let's see what we got here. We have Maureen, who would love a reading as well. All right.
I love it when they make my body move. So Maureen, they're like, it feels like I get like the horse vibe. It's almost like my head is down, but it's like. Tu toma basta titita ma tetana to papa kuntiano nana manyo makona amanko tiano titina mashna tiawa. It's almost about where you're looking. Kuna tiama mamashnia tiania, like how people will like put your head down and go for it. Wow. And there, it's almost like what's the difference? What's the difference between this and this? Not one's not better than the other. But it's almost as if they're showing me and it's really interesting. I don't know what's going on in your life, but it's almost like they're showing me when you're doing this, you can almost see um, like if it's the swan medicine, it's almost like the swan is on alert almost like something's coming, and it's like it's right now you might want to put your head up to see what's like coming, or if that's what you're feeling like, what's what's coming. Like yeah, paying attention. I'm not sure if that makes sense to you.
Just as you said this, I pulled this card out that couldn't have been more. First thing I got was this card, recognition. They want you to recognize the dance.
Oh yeah. See, that's what her hand, it reminds me. I'm like, I had like that viper kind of like what's gonna strike,
Yeah. So apparently the dance is your sanctuary. And it doesn't mean formal dance. It doesn't mean even really a dance. What it means is it's life. It's, you know, that song, I hope you dance when you get the chance, or whatever it is. But I love that. I love that for you. And Maureen's been through quite a ordeal the last couple months, and she probably would be really happy to go dance. So you just hang in there, Maureen. Yeah. That was amazing when you said that, though. That
dancing came up in the very beginning of this live stream because they showed me. I used to love modern dance and like Martha Graham and how like watching somebody dance on stage, and how they can tell a story with their movements. So beautiful.
Yes, absolutely. I love watching the Alvin Ailey dancers as well. They are a Black group in New York City, and they're just they're almost like Panther-like because of their look and their act and the way they dance. It's just gorgeous. Yeah.
What's it called?
Alvin Ailey, Ailey. He was a dancer. I think he's gone now, but he got this school, this particular school of dance, and it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. So speaking of little kitties, we have Rossi message. Okay.
They brought in the growing things, and it's interesting because I was all focused on like the soil, on the ground, and right away they showed me a hanging plant, like growing something that's not on the ground, which I just really love. Like I love this time of year when you can be like, oh, am I gonna get a hanging plant at the store? They're so and I think I see you being happier tending something that is growing, that's hanging, instead of on the ground. I see you very happy, like with your watering can. What I'm seeing is it's flourishing, what you're putting your energy into. It's very healthy. The only thing that I do notice is the idea of repotting something. So maybe something might be outgrowing and needs a new pot, repotting.
Look at this. She's planning to plant in a vertical garden.
Oh, I love that.
I know. That is so cool. Thank you for telling us that, Rossi.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm seeing that you are so ambitious, and you're holding on to the sword, and you're saying, I'm going to cut through whatever needs to get cut through because I want to get to the place where I feel the most useful, and that's your strength. Look at this. This lady looks like she's at at the water, and she's got rope. It looks like she's going to pull the boat because she's in the water.
Yeah.
So she's going to pull the boat out. That's you, Rossi. And then it says, spark your passion and let your desires fuel your actions and inspire you to pursue your goals. Ignite your change. And there it is. It's the fire that's within you, that's seeking to be taken, moved out and moved into reality. So, wow. That is, you have 2 green stalks, Rossi? Okay. That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. So you got Tuda looking at what's Rossi doing.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, that's awesome. Sandy Miller, you want some advice from Spirit? All right. Well, let's see what Tuda says.
Oh, well, that's pretty. So kind of going off of the stalks that Rossi was talking about, they showed me bamboo. And I see the bamboo is cut like at an angle. And I love the idea of the hollow stalks of the bamboo making music, like almost putting, wouldn't that be beautiful in your garden? It's like I have wind chimes, but it would be so cool if you could figure out how to play with the wind and like put stalks of something so it almost plays it like a flute. That would be like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. I wonder if they made them that. Well, yeah, but there are bamboo flutes, aren't there? But
Yeah.
little kids used to get them, right?
Yeah, or even like a didgeridoo with like that big
Right.
hollow booming noise. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that would be really fun if you could.
Yeah.
If you figure that out, Sandy, let us know.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you
You
have some
have some
bamboo
bamboo
growing?
growing by the chicken coop. All right. So maybe
Yeah.
you're being asked to
Cool.
cut a piece and
Yeah.
festoon it. Yeah, it's very strong. The thing is, if you don't like bamboo and you have it, it's very hard to get rid of. If you like bamboo, it's fine. I mean, I think it's beautiful, but I can imagine that, you don't want, you have a bamboo wind chill from Hawaii. Oh yeah, they make really lovely noises when they're in the breeze. That's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the wind gets to play the instrument.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has like that fun dolphin energy.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Like,
Beautiful.
yeah.
So Sandy, I see that you have been really trying to get an answer to something. And it says here that a revelation is on its way to you. And the best revelations are the ones that just come spontaneously. You hear something, you see something, you feel something, and you know for sure that that's the message that you're supposed to hear. So, keep your ears and eyes out. But again, don't focus too much on it either, because then you'll start seeing things that really weren't there that you thought were. You have to give that some allowance for those types of things as well. And she's sitting out there in the nighttime, and she is a mermaid apparently. So she's singing her siren song. Finally, I get pure cascade. Old patterns and blockages are being washed away, and new inspiration is on its way. And so that's where that revelation must come in, that you're going to get some new inspiration for something that you may have been wondering about for quite a while now. Yeah. Revelations is your word for the year. Hypnicity. Well, that's very cool. All right. Yeah. Yes, Karen, I know. It takes over the property and the neighbor's property. I know. It's one of those types of things that isn't always good, but isn't always bad. Yeah. Yeah.
They're saying like thinking about unique gardens. I have some seeds from somebody that to grow like moonflowers, but they also do exactly what you're talking about with the bamboo, and you don't want animals near them, but it's like the moonflowers only bloom at night. And it's like coming up with like, or even looking at how cool nature is, like if things only come out, during the night, like having a nighttime garden, or, ones that are just like succulents, or like being super playful. And and it doesn't have to be a big one. It's like they're like, put it on your windowsill and like grow a peanut. I remember like when I was a kid, like because if you're impatient, just grow a peanut plant.
Or an avocado. You just take the avocado middle and put some, I guess you put some sticks or something in it, or I don't know, to open it.
Or
my mother
you
used
can
toothpicks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
regrow celery too. It's like if you have celery, just like put the celery in some
Uh-huh.
water and watch it grow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. It makes sense to Sandy. She's obsessed with having pretty things in my outdoor space. I love it too,
Mhm.
Sandy. It
Yeah.
makes you feel like it's your own sanctuary and it's outside so you can connect with it. So,
Yeah.
oh, you're trying to grow an avocado, Kaylee? That's funny. Good luck with it. Yeah. All right. So, hypnicity, how can I best support my family?
Oh,
All
okay.
right.
Good one. This is actually a really good thing for me to remember is that what they're showing me hypnicity is the like an under uh, like the flow of like a river or a stream that's under us and not something that we can actually see. And what a really interesting way to help other people because sometimes sometimes we want to help and but we're not sure how or we don't have permission to or we don't like kind of like how some moms and grandmas like have a very strong idea of how to help and the younger ones are just like yeah no but one way that you can still feel like you're helping is to think about like maybe the river that's underneath the situation of something
Mhm.
and putting some love and some magic and sunshine or medicine into something that flows underneath the situation
Mhm.
is a really good way to feel like we're still helping but doing it in a broad sense and people can do that if you think of maybe there's a family that you would really love to help and support. You can even think about the ground that's underneath their dwelling, um, or you can think about maybe even something like their car, and making like some light come out to keep them safe when they're driving. Some things like that.
Mhm.
It's because, like I said, there's a lot of times when I want to help and either I don't know how or I don't have permission for
Right.
that. Yeah.
Right. Right now, there's a lot of food banks that food are sitting in trucks and not being delivered. They're just
Oh,
wasting them, and they're being defunded and so forth. And
oh,
people depend on that. And so maybe it's finding a way to do a um, get canned food or something. Just
yeah.
start a
Just it's easy to
start.
start something like
Right.
that. Yeah,
Start from
yeah,
something. It breaks my heart that it's happening as well. So I get it.
yeah.
You have a 4-year-old girl named Claire, and I think she's gifted. Well, see, you can support that in any way you
Right.
possibly can. That's fabulous. So I get here, it's rare to be able to appreciate the situation that you're already in. And
Mm,
she's sort of sitting there on the water in a way. So that's interesting.
mm,
I get summer romance. And you know what could be said of this? That it's going to be a lovely summer with this
mm,
family, that you will have a romance that is with family, not as
mm,
much with one other person, but you will enjoy having the differences of generations under one roof and learning from each other. And they said, whenever you're feeling like you don't know what to do, make sure you trust your intuition and your guidance because it's always there for you. And if you think something is going to be of benefit, then follow through with that. If you think it might cause a problem, then just move out of that. But you're the one who will know the best. And they're saying, trust your gut. So
mm.
the heart knows whose walls we are see through. You're right. Beautiful.
Yeah,
That's
they are showing me like the blooms, like the dogwood trees you're talking about,
yeah.
Alice, or and
Mhm.
I see a girl, kind of like in an Easter dress type thing. I see a
Uh-huh.
girl with brown hair, and she's there's a swing that hangs from a tree, and so I just see this beautiful scene of it may not necessarily be like a swing that you had growing up, but it's almost like bringing in it's almost as if telling somebody like, oh, when I was growing up, we would go to the river and do A, B, and C. But it's like you can say that, and even if you don't have a river nearby, you could look for rocks that would be perfect for skipping, something like
Right.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
bringing in like part of your story to share with the little ones.
The little ones.
Yeah.
And, even reading them books.
Yeah.
There you go. I mean, it doesn't have to be this huge thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So finally, we have Leah would like a message. And believe it or not, we're almost at an hour. So it's hard to believe sometimes. Yeah.
Okay. I want to share something about, so I saw a psychic, like a popular psychic, and the super nanny was also in the audience. And
Oh,
so the super nanny asked about children with the gifts. It was John Edward. Yeah, John Edward.
yeah.
And so she was asking him, and his answer was to let to not push it. Like try, because it's like I see somebody like damming up the river over here or trying to get it to flow that way. Not that's what you're doing, but just really holding space for somebody who you think might have a gift, and see how it blossoms. It's like so interesting to like watch it being fostered, and that's another thing you can do with the flow underneath the ground or the energy around the child. That would be a beautiful way to hold space for somebody. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Leah says she just lost her mom and siblings in the process. Her relationship is over and she's ready for anything, even a van down by the river.
Yes, I'd love a van down by the river.
I've actually slept in a van down by the river when I was in Colorado many years ago, and opened up the windows and you could hear the babbling. Oh my God. It was the slice of heaven.
Yeah, I know. It's like,
yeah.
I was like, that's not a bad thing. I'd love
no
that
encumbrances. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So she was saying that she lost her.
Yeah. She said she lost her mom and her siblings in the process. My relationship is over and I'm ready for anything. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Leah, did this stop you from feeling confident in what you were doing? Because I'm seeing you sort of guarded at this point, and you're feeling like your confidence is being tested. But they want you to know you can walk into joy. There's a big window there for you, or a big doorway for you. And that is what you're choosing to do. And I think that's evident in your being ready for anything. And they love that. They said, make sure that you celebrate what it is you are, who you are, and where you are, and what you are. If you've had to set boundaries, if you've had to change the way that the relationships went, you were strong to do that. And your confidence is still there.
So there, it's like you can only be you. They're bringing in this They Might Be Giants song, be like yourself. What is it? It's like but the whole thing is like, be like yourself, like have like a funny little song of like, I can only be me. So I can't be somebody I'm not, unless you get paid for it and you're an actor. But it's like you can only be who you are. And
that's right.
For somebody to expect you to be anything other than who you are, it's almost as if I really love the idea of staying in the van down by the river, and because like nature's not super judgy, you know,
Yeah.
and it's like you don't want to be around super. You want to be able to be yourself, like be your true self, and yeah, and if somebody in your life isn't aligned to that, it's like you can't be something that you're
That's
not.
right. That's not being authentic. You
Yeah.
have to be authentic. Yeah.
But when I do think about the van, okay, this is what I see when I see the van. Um, so I see the van, and where it's parked is there's tall green grass, which is fertile. You know, it's vibrant down there, and I see like it feels like a lazy wind blowing through the tall grass, and you know, and there's some spaces in between the grass that there no grass is growing, and you can see it kind of has that clay kind of compacted feeling. I know there's frogs. Um, and the van is an older van, like older van, old, and it's like a faded, the original paint. It's like faded green, and it's almost something where somebody painted flowers on it, and the flowers are also being faded. But I look at it, it's endearing, and you know, like a lot of fun had been, you know, either
Mhm.
outside of the van, in the van, like a lot of it has lots of good memories. And it could be that the van won't move anymore, you know, like it's there down by the river, and almost like it's waiting, you know, waiting for,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm sorry
Wow.
that that happened. That can't be
Yeah.
an easy thing.
She says, frogs bring rain, tears for growth. I will look for that van, and you will find it.
Mhm.
You will. Yeah. Well, everybody, I hope you have a joyous day, the rest of your day. Thank you, JJ, and thank you, Tuda, for coming through and bringing us such beautiful garden memories. It was wonderful. I
And
really appreciate it.
yeah, thank you for the, thank you, Alice, and thank you for the community for bringing these beautiful questions. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks, everybody. And thank you also to moderators for being here. And we will see you 5/5 on JJ's channel. And we'll see you then. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye now.